Hi, everyone. I'm sending you all so much love and light. I'm just here to remind you that your spirit guides, the other side, the positive beings of love and light that are helping us all, they are always trying to send you messages. They are always trying to validate your spirituality, you know, the truths, the things that you're experiencing. They want to validate that they're there. And all you have to do is ask. And you don't even have to ask. They are always doing it. You just have to be open to receive. And, small things are like synchronicities, like, seeing angel numbers everywhere. For me, I was in a place where I was doubting myself and I was driving, and then I saw 555 on the license plate in front of me. And I just made me laugh because it was like they were trying to tell me to stop doubting myself, that they're here, they're with me. But I really just want to remind you all that they are always trying to validate us. They want us to believe in them. And you really just need to be open to receiving it. That's all it takes. And I'm going to share a couple experiences I had. Most I'm going to talk about one thing that happened later, but both of these big things happened on the same day. So, and I hope that you will see, because these are big ones, see that for one, you will see that our work in trying to hold love as much as possible is truly infectious. And two, that they will show you big signs, especially for big breakthroughs or big things or things that you're really doubting. They will make sure you know that it's real. And of course, it's human nature to doubt. I mean, that's just who we are as humans. We always want to doubt. But trying to stay away from doubt and truly believing in yourself and what you're doing is, what they're trying to help you do. And, something that we can all work towards. But so Sunday morning, I was in a deep meditation, and I've been channeling Jesus a lot, and he came through, and I doubt myself a lot, but he comes through very powerful for me. And the fact that I'm talking to Jesus alone is almost validation, because I grew up not religious, right? Like, I grew up very much opposed to religion, and I still don't agree with like churches and like the religious doctrine that's being spread right now. Like, the way churches make you feel like, first of all, they have something you don't, and because you have everything you need. And I just feel like they've manipulated Jesus's words. So I still don't agree with the churches, but for me, it's almost funny that Jesus would be the one that is coming through for me all the time. Like, he just shows up. He's just there. If and he's there for you too. And I'm gonna do a separate video because I was really asking. I was almost drilling him, asking him about how can he be everywhere? Like, if someone, and he said when someone thinks him, he's there. And the vision he showed me, I will do a separate video after this. I even tried to find a picture because I want to explain it, about who we are as beings, which is amazing. But in this video, so I'm going to talk about the validation that he gave me. So I was asking him questions, and I was in an in-depth conversation with him, and uh, he I said, well, if you're really Jesus, then why can't you show yourself to me? Just appear in front of me. Like, I was almost being like a smart aleck, like, um, and he was like, because that would scare you. You're not ready to see something like that. And I've seen orbs, and when I focus, I can see that this is energy all around us, like everything. And if I focus, I can see like auras coming off of people, but have I seen just like a being appear? No, I have not. I've only seen orbs and stuff like that. And I was like, fine, okay. But it was this really beautiful conversation I had with him. And, um, and I left it kind of, like when something like that happens, you doubt yourself. You're like, okay, like, I guess that was real. It felt real to me. I could feel his energy, but it's human nature to doubt. And they know that. They know that about us as humans. And that's why they're always trying to send us signs and synchronicities. And they have a sense of humor. Humor is a high vibration energy. They are funny. And so I have mentioned in other videos that I ran an Etsy business for 7 years, and I'm winding that down. And my income right now is I'm door dashing to make ends meet. And I went to do this delivery. This was Sunday morning. I meditated. I went to do this delivery. I walk up to the door, and there's a picture of Jesus in the door looking at me. Just a little picture of him. And I'm like, first of all, I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, what? Like, after this conversation I just had, like, it felt like he was being funny. It felt like it was like humorous. Like, you're not ready to see me, but let me plant a picture of myself right in front of a door frame. And I'm adding the picture and after, so the picture should be on the screen as I'm talking. I'm going to show a picture of me taking the picture, and then I zoomed in on the picture of Jesus. And I'm thinking, okay. And I'm getting like surges of love and energy, and almost like I could feel the humor in it. I could truly feel the humor in it. And I walked around to all the other houses, and there's no other picture of Jesus on any of the houses. And I'm just sitting in my car afterwards, and I'm like, "Was that you?" And he was like, "Yes, it was me." And uh, he was like, it was like, it wasn't a conversation with words. It was just like a knowing and a feeling, because they communicate with me without words sometimes, just kind of like downloads and knowing. And I was just sitting in the love and the humor, and couldn't believe that happened. And I was crying. I was very overwhelmed by it. I was overwhelmed by the validation that he gave me just hours later. And your guides are always trying to do stuff like that for you. You really just have to be open to it. So then in the same day, okay, I'm doing this order, and I'm nowhere near my apartment. And I get this shopping order, and I go to do it. And when I press delivery, I see it's the neighbor above me, right above me. And let me give you some backstory on this guy. He was the biggest a-hole. he he was just a grump. He was just a miserable man, a miserable man. And I can feel energy off of people, and I did not like being anywhere near him. When I see, if we go out at the same time, I go back in my apartment. Like, I've gotten good at avoiding him, so I hadn't seen him in a while. Just a miserable, miserable man. He stole my packages. He complained about my dog all the time. And I pay pet rent. My dog's allowed to be here. Just a miserable, lost man. And I feel bad for people. I have compassion for people like that, because they're just so disconnected from love, and they blame the world, and I think they're angry. And so when I see that it's this man, I'm like panicking. I'm like, I don't want to deliver this. He hates me. He hates my guts. And I had not seen him in months. I kind of blocked him out, and I was avoiding him, but he had stopped complaining. He was doing complaints all the time. And he had stopped complaining the last like 7 months. And I'm like terrified. And I'm like, I'm going to be my happy, positive, peaceful self. And I'm going to go to the door, and I'm going to smile, and I'm going to hand him his groceries. So I go to the door, and he opens it. This man is a completely different man. He is kind. He is compassionate. He tipped me extremely well before he knew it was me. I accepted the order before, I only accept high paying orders, and I have to be smart about it. And he was a completely changed man. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe who I was looking at in front of me. He he was just kind and compassionate. He was smiling. And like I said, I can feel energy. I felt kindness coming from him. He had lost a bunch of weight. He was a completely different person. And he helped me bring the groceries in. Like, he helped me. And uh, I, I leave. And I mean, he knew it was me. We knew I was delivering his groceries. Like, he knew it was me. We didn't speak on it either. I thought he was going to say something. It was not spoken of. He was kind. He was compassionate. I could feel the love coming off of him. He was a completely changed person. And I get into the car, and I'm sitting there, and my guides say, "Don't you see?" And I got this download about how he lives right above me. Our love is infectious. It is contagious. the energy gets through to other people, whether you realize it or not, whether they realize it or not. Our work here in raising our frequency, raising our vibration, feeling, holding love as much as we can, it is infectious. And I felt that they were showing me what I'm vibrating right now, talking like I'm vibrating. They were showing me what my work, sitting here every day, meditating, doing it. He's right above me. He's in the apartment. He's right above me. He's right above me. It got to him. And how all of us advanced souls, or all of us humans, if all of us on earth can be aware of this and do this, it will spread. And that is Earth's ascension. That is what Earth ascending is. It is all of us holding love. It is all of us ascending to love, to being the best humanity we can be. And like I've talked about in another video, my mom is a different person. Um, I have a 16-year-old daughter, and there are rules about asking things. Like, I try to get answers, but because she's a child, she's under 18, they will not tell me if she's a light worker or not. But I suspect she is, because she's so much like me, and she's neurodivergent. She's so loving. And, she's a 16-year-old. She's living a 16-year-old's life, but she is kind and compassionate and caring. And so I don't know if it's from growing up with me, but I I suspect she is, because she's autistic too. So, like she's very, very sweet, very, very kind, compassionate. She's a 16-year-old, but she's not your average 16-year-old. But they won't tell me if she's, like an advanced soul or a light worker. Like, they can give me guidance on parenting, but they won't tell me anything about her soul, or anything like that, because she's a child. It has to be up to her. Like, if anyone reaches out to me wanting to do a reading and stuff, you have to give me permission to access those things. I can't just go digging around in other people's, like, Akashic records and stuff without their permission. Like, there's rules about it. But if people are interested, I'm happy to do that. I just need your full name. That's because it's kind of like a file, accessing a file. It's a file in the records of all, and our name is like imprinted to it. But like, and both of those things happened in the same day. And I just walked away from that day being, well, processing, but truly just being amazed at what they can do, like what they're able to do to get through to us, to show that they are there. And I promise you, your guides, your angels, the beings you're channeling, the beings who are helping you, whether you realize it or not, they are always trying to show you they're there. You just have to be open to it. You just have to be open to receiving it. And then a couple days later, I was channeling Jesus again. I talked to him all the time. He told me he was one of my guides. And of course, the doubt in me, why would little old Rachel have Jesus as a guide? But he could be many guides, because of the way many people's guides, because of the way he explained who we are as beings. So it is possible for him to be a ton of people's guides. It's just who you choose, who we chose to be our guides before I came here, which is so funny to me, because, like I said, I grew up hating religion. So it's so funny to me that I would have chosen Jesus to be one of my guides. And he's kind, he's understanding, and so are all the beings on the other side. I mean, our true natural state is kind and caring too. Humanity just makes us forget that. But then a couple days later, and the stuff he tells me is validation too, because it's stuff I don't know. And we were having a conversation about the things the way he explained things, and I got this download of how, like, right now is a critical time in Earth's history. Why hundreds of thousands of advanced souls, light workers, are here, and he came at that time. And I got a download, and he was showing me this about how the dominating religion on earth at that time was polytheistic. Like, it was, Roman gods, and people were believing in all these different gods. And even there were all these small sects of humanity that also believed. It wasn't just the Romans, it was like all these small sects believing in multiple gods. And he was showing me how um, it was derailing humanity. It was like that's why he came in that moment. And he told me he always knew who he was from birth. He like knew he never forgot that he was divine. Like he never forgot. Like he knew from birth, but he waited. He waited until the right moment to do what he needed to do. But I thought that was so interesting because I'm a scientist. I'm not a historian, and I was like, that's kind of validating in and of itself that I was like seeing this stuff. Then he was showing me this because I didn't really know much about that. And, I could see how that would be really critical if, and it was like he was showing me about, like humans were like doing sacrificial things. And like, it was like completely derailed. Humanity was completely derailing from, what we need to be doing. And then I asked him about the Holy Spirit, what that is. And he said, again, it's just the term he used, that the Holy Spirit was not here before he came, that is true, but it was by design, and we all chose that as multidimensional beings. And the way, basically, the Holy Spirit is just our ability to connect with them, for anyone to connect with them, and our ability to co-create while we are here. I mean, that's truly what it is. The ability for us to co-create while we're here. And we did not have that ability before he came, because we did not trust ourselves with it, because we were such, like a barbaric humanity. We did not trust ourselves with that kind of power. We had to get to a certain point in our timeline before we could do those things and reach out to the other side if we wanted to, or access the all. Because a lot of like big developments in humanity, scientists like who had eureka moments, that was them accessing the all. That was them, accessing the universal consciousness. Like it came from that. And the ability to do that, he says, was not here before he came. So that's interesting. Like I was always confused about, and I think that's the frequency of love. Like when I vibrate with energy, I think that's the Holy Spirit. I mean, like I think that would be the comparison, right? Like when I'm accessing that love and I'm, like feeling that energy. I don't think that was. I think that's what he's saying. That was not here before he came, and that was true. And I was like, well, that's interesting. But right after this conversation, I don't know if anyone knows what Amazon Vine is, but it's like this program where you can go on their website and pick things, and it's like random stuff, changes every day, and you can go and pick things, and then you review it. Like you get it for free and you review it. I mean, it's not for free; you gotta pay for it on taxes. But uh, and I open it up. I'm like, okay, what's on here today? I open it up, and it's this quote. It's this quote on on a like a banner that popped up, and it's like I just start laughing because another validation literally 5 minutes ago, this conversation I had with him was real. And it just made me laugh because like obviously he knew I was going to make this video and talk about this. He could see that I was going to do that, and like I'm setting the record straight or telling people what he really meant. And it was funny, it's humorous, it was funny, but it was also validation. It was validation that he was real, and he was really talking to me. So, just be open to it. Be open to it and laugh, or let it fill you with love. Let it bring comfort to you, because they want you to know that they're there, and they are trying to communicate, and they want to communicate with you, and your higher self wants you to get downloads, and like they're always there. And I just really wanted to make this video sharing these couple experiences I had, but I have them all the time. But I thought these just happened. I was like, those were powerful. Like, those were powerful. Then I thought I should share them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer. My guides and I are happy to help. And I'll ask if there's anything they want to share. When I am in front of the camera and I channel them, it comes in a bit slower because I'm nervous to channel them because I want to get it right. When I'm talking to them on my own and I'm in my element, in my meditative state, it's more of a conversation. But I do get nervous in front of the camera when I ask them to come through because I'm like, I don't want to get it wrong. So I feel like I should preface with that. We are always trying to show you signs and synchronicities. We are always here with you. We love you dearly, all of you. We are a community of one. A community of love. We want you to remember the powerful beings that you are. We want you to remember how loved you are. We are playful. We love humor. Humor exists on Earth because it exists here. We want you to get back to the love of home. Home is right here. It's with you. You you travel to it from within. It is not this far unattainable place. It is within you. Please remember that. The expression home is where the heart is true. Just as you love the comfort of your home, that that is how you feel when you return to your true home. As above, so below. We tell this to Rachel often. They do. Everything on earth, in some form or another, mirrors home. We designed these schools to come and work towards achieving that. They're showing me something, but I'm confused on how to. They said, do not fret, Rachel. Just remember that love is the most important thing, and that home is within you. And you can always access that and reach it. And we are always trying to show you that that is real. We love you, and all is well. I got stuck because they were trying to show me how mirroring, how Earth is mirroring there, and then like how they designed the schools to do that. And it was very confusing what they were showing me. Like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like looking at time linear time from like a distance in a way, and like how like all of society is like working and working and working and building towards like like the ascension, but like ascension, like dimensional ascension. Yeah. That's the best way I know how to put it. But they do tell me as above, so below all the time, because they're always trying to remind me that everything comes from home. Everything mirrors home in some way. Like, not obviously not the negative aspects of our society. Like, we created that by being here and forgetting who we are. And that's the point. We want to be here. We want to learn. We want to grow. We can't do that at home. But like it is important to remember that like we created all this and it all comes from home. I mean, all of it does. Yeah, and like they're with me, and like I feel like they help me when I am making these videos. Like they're like we are a team. Like you and your guides are a team. We are a team together doing this together. So, when you learn to like get that kind of cooperation, if you open up that communication, you'll learn that it's not like you aren't who you are anymore, because I very much have my own mind and my own voice and my own opinions, but we blend. It's like we blend. And depending on where you are in your spiritual path, maybe you can relate to that. Like it really is a team effort. And we're it's like a blend of ideas, and then I'm accessing my higher self, and my higher self is with them, and it's like a blend of ideas. Yeah, it's really beautiful, and we are very much equals. We forget, we like to think that they're like, we're this like little human and they're these great beings, but we come from there. They're just out of their bodies and we're here. So, we truly are equal. So don't forget that either. But thank you so much for watching, and please like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, and sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching.